All right, y'all. Let me get to this video of Caleb Hammer on YouTube. Financial video. Let's see what they doing. This is gonna be a podcast on how money works and how it does it.
$35,821. Why'd you get this one? You couldn't afford a car.
Let me see.
The interest per month is so much more.
What is this? Yours or your wife's?
The Acura is my wife's, and I have.
Do I have one for yours in here? Is it the $35,821? Why'd you get this one? You couldn't afford a car. You couldn't afford a car. It died. It broke. You had to go into bankruptcy, so you decided to do this again. I'm losing my mind. That's okay. What is this car?
My financial head is hurting. So he had to file for bankruptcy, got a chance to start over. And is he about to put himself into more debt? We about to learn how money works on here. What in the world? What car did he buy? In the description, it says a stupid Dodge Charger. Oh, my God. Here we go with these Charger boys.
It's a Dodge Charger.
Oh, f off.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh.
I get it. I'd be cope laughing, too, if I had a Dodge Charger that had this death on it.
Yeah, yep.
Death. Yeah, it's just death on it. And you know what that Dodge Charger probably come with? Probably comes with his personal repo, man. You know what they should do with every Dodge Charger? Every Dodge Challenger, Trackhawk, they should say, as we give out each of these loans, let's just employ a personal repo man for each one of these cars, because there's a high percentage chance that these cars are coming back. Those are like the highest stolen cars and highest like repoed cars, man. People. All right, let's get to the rest of this.
Charger. Hey, spending for a Dodge.
All right, let's get to the numbers of this. Let's get to the numbers. So he's paying principal $35,000 for it. He's paying $850 a month. Oh my God.
Sensational.
$850 a month. I want to know if is it even a Scat Pack? Is it a Hellcat? Because it's not a Hellcat at $850. And you know what the crazy part about this is? This is not even the insurance. This is not even the insurance. I'm going to give him just the benefit of the doubt and say he's paying at least $400 a month for this single Dodge Charger, maybe. So now he's at $1,250 a month. Now he hasn't paid for the maintenance for the car because he's got to get an oil change on the car and any other maintenance things that happen to these Dodge Chargers, Charger boys. He hasn't paid for the tags for the car. This car is probably going to cost this dude like $20,000 a year just to keep. Let's stop living in this world of affordability. I'm going to play more of the video. Let's throw this out the window. Right? And this is even something I'm even telling myself. Stop saying I can afford it.
Sensational.
Because affordability means nothing. When you say you can afford it, do you mean you can afford it right now for this month? Let's just be honest with ourselves so that we can break this cycle. We're not saying that we need to be worrying about sustainability, right? Sustain this financial decision, not affordability. Affordability is, I can afford it this month, maybe next month. But what about for the next 5 years? Oh, man, I don't know. Let's stop saying that you can afford it. Let's just throw that out the window. All right. Let's listen to more of this. This is just insane.
Have to drive around in a Dodge Charger and no one think you're cool when you pull up to them and stop. You're paying $850 a month for that to be judged. What year Dodge Charger?
18.
Okay.
It's got CarPlay.
Oh my goodness. So it's a car that's existed in the last 5 years? Yay. That's worth $35,821 of debt. Sorry, that was very rude. That was very rude. But Dodge Chargers and this kind of debt after a bankruptcy, that just blows my mind, man. The fact that you made the choice to do that, you actively chose to do this, it's crazy.
So in my head, I've learned over the year, and that's why I'm here to get more clarity and accountability to move forward. But in my head, I was like, it's only 1% more than my last car, and I don't
that you couldn't afford
to fix. Yeah.
Oh my God, you can't be serious, man. My financial head is spinning right now.
Sensational.
Yeah. And he just filed for bankruptcy. So you got a chance to start over, and he's acquiring more debt. See, this is exactly why I say when you give a meth head more meth, they're just going to smoke up more meth. And it's very, very important to learn how money works. And a lot of people find themselves in this situation, right? A lot of people do. And it's just the way finances work. Like, you literally have to be intentional when it comes to finances, man. Like, how you spend your money, how you spend that credit card, understanding how interest works, understanding a lot of these things. Like, you can't just go into a dealership or even a mortgage company and be like, yeah, I want to get that. But you don't even know how any of it works, man. Like, it is okay to stop impressing people and just go get the Ford Fusion. Go get the Ford Focus, right? Just go and get the car that gets you to and from someplace. Definitely if you could just buy it in cash or something. You don't need to impress people with trying to buy a Charger, the new Escalade, and all this stuff. Forget what people think. You have to pay for this every month from your bank account.
Sensational.
You got to pay for this. Now, when you pull up, they could be like, man, that's a cool car, this and that. But cool this and cool that and cool compliments don't pay them bills.
Sensational.
Put your pride to the side and understand, okay, I can't do this long term, but I could do this. The name of the game, and I talk about this on my channel, is keep the expenses low. Try to find a way to keep your household expenses low while making more money, you know what I'm saying, at home. So if you need to go out there and put your pride to the side, man, I'll get back to this video in a second. If you got to go out there and DoorDash to make a couple $100, Uber Eats, do what you need to do. Keep the expenses low. Stop using that credit card
Sensational.
until you know how to use that credit card. All right? Stop. Just stop it. And stop saying that you can afford things, right? Because the moment you start saying, well, I can afford it, stop. Stop yourself right there. Because now you're making an excuse for yourself about something that you know you shouldn't be buying. You got to know how money works. And this is not how it works, man. He's just acquiring more debt after he had a bankruptcy. All right, let me get to the rest of it.
What is the interest rate on this?
I think it was like 14.9, but there was certain things that I could do, like share my bank account and pay for 6 months. I think it's down to like just under 14 or just above 14. So it's still 14, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. They were like, we'll take 20.25% off for each
So
side
here's
quest.
a interest rate, but if you do this, we'll give you a few interest rate.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, I feel like I'm bullying you right now. I don't know if it's because it's later in the.
Yeah, you got to understand that it's all a finesse job, right? Banks, all these loans, it's all a finesse job. You either have to understand the finesse or you get finessed. Some people know about how the interest works, or where they make a payment and they know that certain amount goes to principal, certain amount goes to interest. And what people try to do is they try to make more principal payments, right? They'll just keep trying to pay on the principal, knock down the principal. And some people just say, I'm just gonna make the minimum payment, and they just keep getting ate up with interest. It's all a finesse job, but when you know how the finesse works, you can at least play better. I'm just saying. And that's the same thing with home loans and stuff too.
The day, or because you went into bankruptcy because you couldn't afford to repair a car, and then you decided to go get a car that was just as expensive as the repair you couldn't afford on a car. Which one's driving me crazy? I don't know. Maybe it's both combined. And the term on this?
72 months. That's what it is. It's cope laughing for sure. It's not funny, but I just know the answer is not good.
They're going to have all that interest for all
72
them
months.
years.
Think everything that you have a high income and a high household income, because this $850 for 72 months at that interest rate. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's like 20 grand if
Ruined
the
my
loan
life.
matures.
So the guy makes $80,000 a year. Here's the math. And this is J math. So, I mean, it may not be the same math, but I'm going to give him some grace, right? Give him some grace. His car note is $850 a month, right? Let's just do this. $850 a month times 12 is $10,200, right? So say $10,000. He's also going to probably pay, and I'm giving him $400 a month that he's going to pay on this, right? So he's going to pay just about $5,000 a year for just insurance. So his car, just between car note and insurance, is going to cost him $15,000 a year. Now, he makes $80,000 a year. But, I mean, I'm sure, let's just take some money away from that, right? Because he's probably not getting all the 80. Let's just take 20% away from that. And then let's say it's going to cost him $15,000 for that car. Now he's at $49,000, right? That's after his money, which gets chopped down, what he makes from his job. And then now he's got his car note and his insurance. It's costing him $15,000 a year. And then let's just say, I mean, he's got to live somewhere, right? I think he said he stayed in Washington. I don't know. I should look up the average price for rent in Washington or mortgage. But let's just say, hypothetically, he's at least paying $1,200 a month, right? Whether that's house note or apartment, right? Or rent. Let's just say, right? So the number 49, I got to remember that number, right? So let's just say $1,200, and I still got to use a calculator for this, right? $1,200 times 12 is another $14,000 minus $49,000. So he's pretty much left with $34,000 for the year. And that's not including anything else that this guy pays for. So let's just say if he has another $15,000 in whatever, he's only got $19,000 to live off of for the rest of the year. And if he buys anything else, bro, he's going to freaking collapse financially. So like, this is the same thing like what you should do with yours. Is like, how much am I paying for my car note a year? How much is my house a year? What is this? What's it? Because it all comes right away from your income stream. This is why I love to talk about multiple income streams, not to increase your lifestyle, but that way you can decrease the living expenses and increase the money coming in at home and stay like that for some time. Lifestyle creep sucks. You start buying things because you have it, man, and it's not good. It's not always great to keep eating the candy. Sometimes you need to put the candy to the side so you can save up for a rainy day. But who am I talking to? Who am I discussing this with, man? I just think differently when it comes to finances, man. I don't care about what other people think about me because I've seen some wealthy people and they don't always drive around in the newest and the fanciest cars. A lot of times the wealth that they have is the stuff you don't see on them. It's the investments. It's the real estate they got, right? It's the strategies that they're putting their money into that has created the wealth for them, and not necessarily the house that they stay in and the car they have and all the stuff they're wearing on them. I don't know. My financial head hurts, but I thought this was a good video to react to. So I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. All right. Just moral of the story. Just find a way, just find out how money works, right? And learn how to make, this is what I want all of us to do here. My go-getters on this channel. That's what I call y'all. That's my group, my go-getters. The money that you already have coming in, manage that. Manage that money. Once you learn how to manage that money and you start keeping money and you start saving some when you get paid, now you can handle more money. But you can't handle more money when you can't manage the situation that you have right now. It just happens where, you know, and I'm sure he's a nice guy, and I don't mean any harm by this. It's just a content reaction video. But a lot of us fall into that same thing where we start over, we get a good start, and then we just dive right back in the debt pool.
Sensational.
Being financially responsible takes a conscious, right? Conscious. You got to be conscious of what you're spending money on, what you're trying to use your credit for. You have to be conscious of every decision that you make, and you got to say no to certain things that you even want to do. That's the part about being financially responsible. That's why it's so easy to be financially irresponsible, because you could just say yes to everything. I can afford it. I can get that. I can do this. I can do that. There's no control there. Wealthy and rich people, smart rich people, they have control over their money. They know where their money's going. They know how to put their money in investments. They know how to just spend the money that they made, and they know how to treat themselves, but they also know how to take care of business. They're not always just out there, I'm going to buy a Ferrari today. I'm going to buy this today. They're like, oh, I'm going to put this to the side. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You got to be responsible with your money. Definitely if you have a family. All right, let me get off this, man. All right, like meaning if you got a family, you got to take care of the family first, get yourself taken care of, and then make sure you got your investments to the side, right? That's another video for another day, all right? So let me get up out of here. And like I say, after every video, this is chess, not checkers. I'm going to see y'all at work.
It's going to be a cold summer.